right, Dan back with Let's Get a Win, letsgetawin.com. It is the official college football week 4 best bet edition. I do have a special guest. He is a college football handicapper as well as WTA's only Let's Get a Win representative. He is JotaBe Wins. Hoda, tell him a little bit about yourself and then we will dive into the rest.
Good evening, Dan. Always a pleasure to be part. Just focusing in on WTA and college football for Let's Get a Win and ready to go.
Let's do it. Glad to have you as the first official Let's Get a Win guest, as he is part of the team. So I wanted to go over real quick. I do have a premium play tomorrow. Gets going 9:20 at 1 a.m. It is at ATP China, one of the two ATP 250s going on over there. It is only a premium play. It's found at letsgetawin.com, so head on over there. But we do have a free play, a JotaBe WTA special. Marta Kostock -1.5 games at -115. If you look on the bottom screen here, everybody, I will pull up our favorite site. It is oddschecker.com. It is a great odds screen. I would recommend checking it out. Kostock is -120 at -1.5 on DraftKings and found at BetMGM. So go ahead and hop on that now. That's a free play for everybody, but let's dive into these college football games. I believe Hoda's got 5. I got 3. We're going to go in Vegas style order using Spank odds. So let's dive in. First one on the board is 319 versus 320. Michigan State at Boston College. Looked like it opened at 6. Boston College -6. Over under 48.5. Holding steady at 6, 6.5 across the major books, but it has been bet down to 45 across the board. This is a Hoda play. So Hoda, who do you like and why?
Like you said, Michigan State traveling to Boston College. I like BC here in this matchup. Uh, the quarterback, they've been getting great play. Battled Missouri last week, beat Florida State a couple weeks ago, looked good. I do like them at home here, minus the points. Michigan State is, in my opinion, going to be looking a little bit ahead to next week, where they'll be hosting Ohio State at home in East Lansing. I think, they might be looking a little bit ahead to past Boston College this week, a good Boston College team. For that reason and those reasons, I do like BC minus points in this one at home.
All right, you heard it. BC -6.5 by JotaBe Wins. I do like that play as well. Do like his look ahead option there. Let's dive into our next play on the board. It is Georgia Tech at Louisville. Louisville opened as an 11-point favorite. It's about 10.5 across the board right now with a couple 11s. Over under open at 57.5. The rambling wreck of Georgia Tech heading into Louisville to place the Cardinals. Hoda, you got a play in this one, and who you like?
I do. I love Georgia Tech and the points here at Louisville on the road. Georgia Tech, well coached, gritty, tough team. Again, there might be a theme developing here with my plays, and I might follow this trend specifically all year. I like teams that are looking ahead to Notre Dame the following week. For some reason, everyone gets up for Notre Dame. I think they think they're a beatable team, which they've shown this year that they are, to Northern Illinois at home. So Louisville, they did get Notre Dame last year at home and beat them. And now they get to travel to South Bend. I just think, getting to go to Notre Dame and experience what it is to play in that field, that stadium, against a premier program. I love betting teams, that are looking ahead to Notre Dame. So for that reason, with the points on the road, Georgia Tech, tough, gritty, I like the points. Give me them. I'll take it at Louisville.
All right, Hoda. He sent me, he's got it officially at plus 10.5 at minus 110. He likes Georgia Tech traveling to Louisville, as Louisville may be looking ahead to the Irish. So next on the board is going to be California at Florida State. Florida State opened at a 3-point favorites, hovering around 2.5, over under 45.5. Bet down a little bit to 44 and 45. Kind of some mixed numbers here. This is a play that I like, so it is official. Let's get a win play. Don't have it in order here, but I like Florida State minus 2.5 points. Only reason why, I know Florida State is who they are. They've shown that. Not well coached. DJU is one of the worst quarterbacks, if not the worst, in the nation. This is a strictly schedule spot for Cal. Cal, home week 1. On the road at Auburn, week 2. Back home, week 3. Going back at Florida State, week 4 in a night game. When Cal joined the ACC, as well as those West Coast teams, even for the Big Ten, USC, I have in my notes that I was going to take advantage of the schedule, and this is one of those perfect spots. So I know Florida State has underperformed, but this is a strictly Cal schedule bet. So give me Florida State minus 2.5 points at minus 110. Next on the board, we go Ohio at Kentucky. Kentucky opened at minus 15. It has been bet up to minus 20, 19.5 in some spots, over under 42.5, steady at 42.5. Hoda has a play here. What do you like?
Yeah. Again, just to reiterate, Ohio traveling to Kentucky. Kentucky off a tough loss last week, had number 1 in their grasp, couldn't pull it off. Here, I see a little bit of a letdown scenario here with Kentucky. They're on a bye next week, so you put that letdown from Georgia game, and then going into a bye week, might be overlooking a MAC team that's got a veteran quarterback. Give me the points. I've got it at 20.5 right now. To me, that's also a little bit of a, Dan, you said it opened up 15.5, and it's been bet up. But I'll take those 20. I got 20 minus 110. Give me Ohio Bobcats at Kentucky.
Perfect. So I do see 20. Is that where you got it at? Not 20.5?
Yeah, I got it at 20.
All right. Ohio plus 20 at minus 110. It looks like people have been betting Kentucky, but you are right. Georgia escapes with a 1-point win, 13-12. I think Otani put those numbers up today alone, 13-12. So I like that play as well. JotaBe is on Ohio plus 20. Next on the board, we slide down to TCU at SMU. Looks at TCU opened as a 2-point road favorite and has been slightly bet up to 2.5 and 3. Over under opened at 60.5. It is now bet down to about 58. This is an official let's get a win play, and let's slide down and tell you why. I do like SMU money line plus 130. Couple reasons why. They're coming off of a long bye. Off last week. They played on a Friday before against a tough BYU team. I do think SMU offensive-minded coach, Rhett Lasserly, they are switching full-time to Kevin Jennings as the starting quarterback. They've been going back and forth between Stone and Jennings. Jennings is going to lead the helm. Hopefully they don't go back and forth. With that, I think the offense starts to click under Lashley, putting in some new plays in that 2-week time span. And I think the defense has been playing well. I mean, they've been keeping teams low in points. TCU has been prone to a couple big outings. Stanford put 27 up on them. UCF came back and put 35 on them. So for those reasons, I'm on SMU plus 130 on the money line. Next one on the board, we slide down to Utah at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State opens as a 2-point favorite It's around 2.5 in some spots. Over under opened at 52.5. It is still 52.5. So no movement really at all in this. This is a play, an official let's get a win play as well. I had three. This is my final and third play. I like Oklahoma State minus 2.5. Reasons why. I do like Bowman. He's a seventh year senior. Oklahoma State is veteran-laden team, returning 10 on defense and 9 on offense, including Ollie Gordon, who I preached the last 2 weeks, was a Heisman frontrunner to start the season. He is underperformed. Hasn't had any good weeks yet. I know Utah's got a great defense, but they're traveling to Oklahoma State after playing on the road at Utah State last week. I do think Oklahoma State has a nice defense that's underrated, returning those 10 starters. And I think Oklahoma State can pull this one out against Wilson, the backup quarterback, as Rising is out. So for those reasons, give me Oklahoma State minus 2.5 at minus 110. And that's the last official Let's Get a Win play. Hoda's got two more for us leading into Florida at Mississippi State. Florida opened up as a 6-point favorite. It's about 5.5, 6 across the board as of right now. 58.5 was the over under. Holding steady at 58, 58.5. Hoda, who do you like in this one?
I like the Gators. On the road at Mississippi State. Tough place to play, loud, cowbells. To me, this line should be 6, Florida minus 6. I think it should be lower. To me, Vegas knows something I don't. For that reason, Mertz, Texas A&M came into the swamp last week, kind of ran them all over the place, had their way with them. I think we're going to see a little more Lagway in the game. Like I said, 6 points on the road in the SEC for a Florida team with a brutal schedule. I'm rolling with whatever Vegas thinks, and they think Florida minus 6. I'm going to roll with those. I'll give the points to Mississippi State, and I'll take the Gators.
All right, the Florida Gators on the road minus 6. I think if Mertz doesn't play, that elevates Florida in general, and Lagway is a stud. Like that play as well. Last official JotaBe play on the day is Memphis traveling to Navy. Memphis, excuse me, opened as a 12-point favorite. It's about 9.5, 9 across the board, so a little Navy action. Over under opened at 53.5. It is 49 across the board. Hoda, who do you like here?
Well, count me in with the public moving in on Navy. Navy, it's at Navy. Memphis coming off a win at Florida State. Like you said earlier, Florida State's down so far this year, but beating their former coach, Mike Norvell. I think the win meant more to Memphis than maybe we think. And now they have to go back on the road 2 weeks in a row, this time to Annapolis, and they got to face the option. That's tough to do on a short week or just 1 week prep. And with the road game, back-to-back road games. I like Navy to control the clock with the option, keep Memphis possessions to a minimum, and give me the points, and I'll roll with the option and Navy on this one.
All right, Navy plus 9.5, the last official JotaBe play. We'll pop up his plays at the end of the video, as well as the official Let's Get a Win plays. I will do a personal video on the NFL, probably bust it out tomorrow. It is Thursday, 9/19, 8:54 p.m. Eastern Standard as we're recording this for our Saturday football plays. But I will have a video tomorrow on the NFL. Hoda, you like anything in the NFL on Sunday? Anything stick out to you? Why I got you?
I looked and, one play for me, and it's a little close to the heart. It's the Bears. I like the Bears this week, traveling to Indianapolis, short road trip for the Bears. I think this is a get right game for the offense. Defense has kept them, they won the game week 1 for them and kept them in the game last Sunday night against the Texans. Great offense. Defense held them to 19 points. You do that in the NFL, you should win, in my opinion, 2/3 of your games at least. So I don't think they're going to face a pass rush like they have in the first 2 weeks. Maybe the O-line gets it together, gives Williams more time in the pocket, get the ball out, spread it out to all the weapons they have. DeAndre Swift, I look for him to have a good game on the ground. And I think Williams, he hasn't shown me anything yet, but I do think last week's Sunday night loss to the Texans, something got to him there, whether you want to talk about the meeting at the end of the game with Stroud and all that. I think Williams is determined to have a bounce back week and prove that he belongs and was chosen at the number 1 pick. So I do like the Bears on the road. The spread has been a little bit here and there. Dan, what do you have it as officially?
I just got rid of it. I haven't looked yet.
Okay. But regardless, the spread, I think it's like 1 or 2, Colts minus 1 or 2. But you Bears money line, screw the point or points. I like Bears to win outright in Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson, the Colts offense really hasn't shown much so far this year. Jonathan Taylor has had some yards, but I think the Bears defense does enough to keep him grounded. And Pittman's not off to a great start. Jalen Johnson will be on him. I like the Bears secondary. And it's all about the Bears offense here. And I think they get going week 3 here at Indy for the win.
It looks like the Colts are minus 1.5. So Hoda likes them on the money line plus 110. That is the Bears. I do like the Bears secondary and that little bro moment of Stroud versus Williams. Hopefully he take some juice into that game against Richardson, who is very down, in my opinion. Let's slide over the records before we get out of here. In September, we are 10-7, up 3.05 units. But year to date on all bets since that rebrand on 6/18, we are 128 and 58. That's up 81.4 units. If you are a $100 better, you're up $8,100. $1,000 better is up $81,000 on all Let's Get a Win official plays. So Hoda, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope to have him on every Saturday moving forward for the college football preview. And as always, he does send those WTA plays, so get that free one in. And thanks for stopping out, Hoda, and good luck to all those bettors. And as always, let's win you money betting sports. Good night, y'all.